Alright, so we would have x squared minus, or plus 2x, plus, we're going to kind of jump ahead here a little bit, and then minus the y squared minus 2y equals, oh wait, I forgot one piece of it already. Tink, tink, tink. Equals 15 plus blop plus blop. So I'm going to have all of this part to start out with.
Yeah, it is 17.
For both of them?
I think so.
Yeah.
So this is going to be 1 right here because half of 2. And then if you take half of negative 2 and square that, you get 1 again. Yeah, so that should be 17. Yep. So this should be 17 on the bottom then. Which means then, answer-wise, that's going to change some things here a little bit than what was on the answer key. So let's kind of see this. So you guys are okay. This would be x plus 1 squared minus y minus 1 squared.
Yeah.
See, now you guys are getting good at this. So this would be our final form here. And then, so we know we're going to have a hyperbola that's going to go left and right. Now you guys are okay on the, on where the center is?
Yeah.
But they messed up on the center too. Check it out. Because what should the center be?
-1, 1.
Yeah.
Negative 1, positive 1. So this one here, that should be positive 1.
And that's because you factored out the negative, right?
Yeah, because right up here, in when we have y squared and then minus 2y, because half of negative 2 is negative 1, so that's what is going to go in this spot. So y minus 1. And then when we do our hk to come up with our center, remember we always have to switch the sign. So our center is going to be at negative 1 and positive 1. So let's kind of take a look at this just kind of generally here. Let's see. Tink, tink, tink. So let me kind of see if I can do this here. Just want to copy this and move it to this side. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now that we know where our center really goes, let's kind of start piecing this together. So negative 1, positive 1, so our center is going to be right here. Now we know it's our, actually let me write it up here. Now both our, ew, this is going to be ugly, both our A value and B values, both of these are the same. And that's going to be square root of 17. So if that was square root of 16, we'd go 4. But since this is square root of 17, we're going to go a little bit more than 4. So, whoa. So that means from our center, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit more than 4 would be about right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit more than 4 would be about right there. And then we'll do the same thing going up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit more than 4 would be right up here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit more than 4 would be right there. And then we're going to draw our little box, you know, as best we can. We're just kind of sketching it right here. You know, and then this corner point up here and this corner point down here, you know, I could use that to kind of, let's see if I have this as an option. I could use that to, I could draw one of my or one of my asymptotes kind of going this way, and then same thing with my other two corner points. I could draw another asymptote going that way. But I know, since this one's a left-right one, let's see, we'll go with this color. I know it's going to go like this. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
All right, cool. So that's a general shape of what we've got going over here. So my vertices, so let's kind of check out, our vertices piece of it. So from our center, we went over, what was that? 1, 2, 3, square root of, this should be square root of 17, not 15. So we start at -1, and when we went to the left, square root of 17. So that gives me this guy right here on the left one. That gives me my left vertex. And then I start at my center again and go to the right, square root of 17. And that comes up with my other vertex. So does that make sense on how to get the vertices part?
So your vertices are just the vertex of your lab vertex.
Of each branch, yeah, if you want to kind of look at it like as, two separate parabolas. Each parabola, the vertex on each parabola is where your vertices are.
When we take the test, are you going to give us a graph?
Yeah, you'll have a graph there. Oh, yeah.
Will each one be labeled? Like, will one category be like ellipses, or will we have to find out yourself?
You'll have to figure it out on your own. But then below it, you'll set, like, see how this says, center, vertices, foci? So that'll be underneath your graph.
Okay.
So that way you can just kind of fill in that information.
And for the application problems, like, how many of them will there be?
There will be one. And it'll be just like one of the ones that you guys watched on the videos. The only difference will be the numbers will be different. All right, so we're good on the vertices. Now think about this too for the foci, but oh wait, before I do the foci, let's just kind of double check this part. For the y-coordinate, so if I were to draw that axis that goes right through here, that's my transverse axis, that blue line I just drew. So this would be the line y equals 1. Are you guys okay with that? All right, so if you look here at your y-coordinate for your vertices, that's wrong. It should be +1 because remember our center, our y-coordinate was +1. So each one of our vertices has the same y-coordinate as our center for our hyperbola that's shaped this way. Now think about it then for the foci. So the foci, so we know, so I'm going to change colors here. Let's see what's a good color. We'll see how well this one shows up. We'll just go with a black dot. So I'm going to have one foci somewhere over on this side. And I'm going to have one foci over here on this side. Does that idea make sense so far?
Yeah.
All right, so we know the y-coordinate, and again, because they messed this one up, this should be +1 for the y-coordinate of your foci. Now to figure out how far we move, we've got to use our formula from before, and that was just that the a squared plus b squared part.
That's 34. Whatever the square root of 34 is.
Right. So just leave it as that. So then from our center, so from this spot right here, so the x-coordinate of our center is -1. So we'd have to do minus the square root of 34. And that would give me the one that's over here on the left side. Because I'm at -1 and I move to the left, whatever square root of 34 is.
So -1 plus the square root of 34 is 0.
And then, right, and then our other one, so these are our foci. And then the other one would be -1 plus square root of 34, but the same y-coordinate. So and that would give me this one that's over here on the right-hand side, in that right branch.
Okay.
So does that clear up some of that stuff for you guys?
Yeah.
Awesomeness.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now let me get your guys' opinion on this. So let me kind of switch back here to Googleville. Let me see. Think if I have this. Where's my Hangout over here? All right, cool. All right, so how does that help you guys with all of that?
Good.
Okay, good. All right, well, thanks for hanging out tonight and getting this kind of sorted out. So this was cool. Glad it was able to help you guys. And, I'll see some of you guys tomorrow for the test. And then everyone else I'll see on, what is it, Thursday.